Okay, hey guys, what is up? Mega Gamer here. I got another gaming news story for you. This is going to be regarding a bunch of information from the Tokyo Game Show, I believe it's called. Sorry. But this will primarily be about the PlayStation Vita and some of the things we learned about the PlayStation Vita. So yeah, I'm going to just go over some of the things we learned and then I'm going to go over the main topic. So the PlayStation Vita, a new memory card has been introduced, a 64GB. The original memory cards we had are the 4 gig, the 8 gig, the 16 gig, and the 32 gig. Now we're getting a 64 gig. And yeah, basically to compare the prices, which were recently dropped at Gamescom, by the way, if you didn't know. The 4 gig is about $15. The 8 gig is about 20, the 16 gig is about 38, and the 32 gig is roughly about $65, which is pretty similar to the prices we have here in in Australia. I got a 16 gig the other day for about $38. That was second hand, to be fair, but still. Yeah, we don't know about the 16 gig in the West yet, but based on the yen it's going to cost, it's roughly about $100. So pretty expensive for a memory card, but a 64 gig. Honestly, do you really need a 64 gigabyte memory card for a handheld system? That's half the size that my PlayStation 3 has. Granted, it's not exactly the newest PS3 in the world, but still. That's a bit. Now, there are a few people in the comments I've noticed a little pissed off because they're like, well, I just bought a 32 gig memory card because of the price drop. Now I'm going to buy this one. I'm one of the lucky ones because even though I did buy the new 16 gig, that was about $30 cheaper if I didn't wait. Luckily, I did wait because I knew it would price drop eventually. I don't care. You know, like I said before, 64 gigs for a handheld system, not really that big of a requirement unless you're a huge PS Vita fan and you have to own like all of the digital games. Then maybe 64 gigabytes. But that would do for you. But yeah, for me personally, it's unneeded. But you know, why not? Anyway, it's meant to be coming to Japan on October the 10th. So that's about a month from now. By the way, the link to all the articles will be in the description. There are multiple articles, keep that in mind. A few games, these are just a few. You can go on the article for some of the others, but a few of the games that were shown off or announced, if you will. Soul Sacrifice Delta for the PlayStation Vita. Yakuza Ishking for PS4, sorry. A strategy RPG was revealed called Natural Doctrine, I think, for PS3, PS4, and PS Vita. I like when they have it for like all the systems. It's really cool. There's a game, Guilty Gear XRD. Apparently it's already been announced before, but it's been confirmed for PS3 and PS4. Capcom showed off a demo. I saw a tiny bit of the demo for their PS4 exclusive Deep Down. And yeah, it looks alright. Even then, I only saw like 10 seconds of the demo and it was just the guy walking. But yeah, it looks cool. I might, check it out as it comes closer to release. A few more games have been announced. Blah, blah, blah. PlayStation 4. Wonder Flick, a level 5 RPG. Originally for iOS. Will now be coming to PS3, PS4, PS Vita. But there's a few other games. You can look at the list if you want in the article in the description. There's a few games. I don't really know my opinion on a lot of them, but they're new games. I'm not going to complain. I mean, it was at the Tokyo Game Show, so a lot of those will be Japanese, Tokyo orientated, so what should I expect? Anyway, a new model for the PlayStation Vita has been revealed. If you remember in my Gamescom predictions, I said it was too early for a model. I still think it's too early for a new model, just a bit. But it's meant to be slicker, smaller. It looks interesting. Like, I'm looking at it now, it definitely seems smaller. I don't know about that. I think being a little smaller than the original PS Vita that I have, I don't know. It's meant to be more casual and easier to use, that model. 20% more thinner, 15% lighter than the standard Vita model. It's meant to be more affordable, and it's packing a 5-inch LCD display instead of an OLED display. That is interesting. The battery life is about an hour longer, and the system itself is actually got a gigabyte worth of built-in storage, which that could be handy. I remember for a PSP, keep in mind I was like 11 maybe when I got my first PSP, or my only PSP technically, but I thought a memory card was like really expensive, like $100. So for the first couple of weeks when I owned a PSP, my first game was a Crash Bandicoot game, and it was like ported over from PS2. I couldn't save it because I didn't have a memory card. So that gigabyte of storage could be handy for those who, for some weird reason, can't get a memory card. I thought it was expensive as fuck. Then a few weeks later, I'm like, wait, I can get one for $12? How come I didn't know about this? So I bought it. This will also be available on the October the 10th, and it'll be roughly around, this is yen converted to American bucks. It's about $190. So it's like $10 cheaper than the other model. And my opinion on how it looks, yeah, it's a little weird, but I'm not going to complain. Apparently, there's more colors with it. The white kind of does remind you of a Wii U gamepad, but just a little. But yeah, I don't think it's too bad. I like this comment. I just bought a Vita, Sony. What the fuck? It's like, oh well. But the one you bought's kind of better, isn't it? Like, this model, I mean, I know it's meant to be a little smaller, a little more compact. It's got better battery, and it's got more like in storage space, in like a gigabyte. But I think this version is a little weird. Like, there's some things that are better about it than the other model, and then there's a few things that are not as good. Like, I'm not really a huge tech expert in a lot of different things, like the screen, for example, but I'm pretty sure the OLED screen is better than an LCD screen. I don't know. I could be wrong. But, I don't know. We'll see, but, yeah, this model's I feel it's a tiny bit too early, and it's a little, not my taste, but I'm sure some people would like it. PS4 is releasing on the 22nd of February, 2014, and it will cost about $400, and if you get the version that's $440, you get the PlayStation camera with it. And if you buy the first limited pack, then you'll get a free copy of NAC, a download code, and a 1-year guarantee on the hardware. My question, Sony, why isn't there a day one deal in the West? I'm buying the system day one. I want a day one deal. If it's a free copy of NAC, cool. I haven't pre-ordered NAC, but I would sure as hell like to have that game on day one. That would be nice if I could get it for free. Because right now I've got pre-ordered Killzone Shadowfall and Watch Dogs, and I'll plan on getting a couple of those free games, like, Blacklight Retribution, I believe, and Warframe, those kind of games that are for free. I might pick up some of those. I might get NAC on day one, I'm not sure. I'll get Drive Club, but I'll get that PlayStation Plus version. But because I don't want to really pay for a racing game. Racing's usually not my thing. But if there's a free version of it, I'm definitely going to pick it up because it looks like a decent game. Alright, now the main topic of the night is the new PlayStation hardware known as PS Vita TV. Now, basically what this is, you have this little thing that kind of looks like my pocket Wi-Fi. I don't know if you know what that is, but like what it looks like, I mean. But yeah, it's like a little white thing you can fit in your pocket. Kind of looks like a deck of cards in a way. But yeah, apparently this is it's like about $100 cheaper. It's like half the price of a normal Vita. Basically, it's a little tiny piece of hardware. You can put in a PS Vita memory card and a PS Vita game in there, and then you can use it on your TV to play PlayStation Vita games off your TV, and you can use the DualShock 3 and eventually the DualShock 4 to stream PS4 games onto the thing via an update. So, what do I think of this? You may call me hypocritical because this is a very similar thing with what Nintendo's doing with the 2DS, and I don't really, approve of that. I really don't think. I think the 2DS is kind of a stupid idea. I understand what they're doing with it, but yeah. But so call me hypocritical if you will. In a sense, in a tiny bit, maybe I am, but I think this is a decent idea. I think this is not a bad idea at all because I think there's a lot of people out there who are like, well, I would like to play the Uncharted Vita and this game and the Killzone, maybe Gravity Rush. The two games I can't recommend enough, Uncharted and Gravity Rush for the Vita. If you buy a Vita, you need those two games, and they're both free for PlayStation Plus. Like, there you go. But this is a good idea for those who they want to play those games, but they hate looking on a little screen that's on a portable device. They can just use their PS3 controller, use that little device that's only like $100, and then you can just play the games on your TV. How will this affect the image of the screen? Because obviously it's going to have to be really stretched out. It might not look as good. Like, it might look really stretched out, and the image might not look as good. I don't know. We'll see how that plays out. But apparently you can do the PS4 streaming on it as well, which... yeah, what are you going to do? I mean, that's there. No complaints. And it's going to have other features as well, like Hulu is a video streaming service. And it's going to have a few other things as well. So it's not going to just be like a PS Vita emulator for your TV. It's going to be a little more than that. But, yeah, it's about $100. If you get a pack that comes with an 8 gig Vita memory card and a PS3 controller, it's $150. Honestly, do you really need another PS3 controller? It's like, I mean, you could get it if you want another controller, but who doesn't have a PS3 that has a Vita? Really? If there is anyone out there who has a Vita but not a PS3, you're weird. I'm just saying, you're a really weird person. But yes, but it comes with the 8 gig memory cards. So, it's not too bad. Anyway, it releases on the 14th of November. It just had it here. What the fuck? Yeah, 14th of November in Japan. Keep in mind, all of this stuff I just said is for Japan. They haven't announced anything for the West. I'm assuming they're all coming later next year. Probably like early next year, maybe. And, yeah, I think it's not a bad idea. I could see a demographic that would want to use it. And, yes, call me hypocritical if you want, because the Nintendo DS is a very similar situation, and I really ripped that one apart. But I just think that's way smaller demographic than what this is. The Vita, the PS Vita TV and the Nintendo 2DS, they're in a sense, the reason of their existence is kind of the same, and it's just to apply to another demographic by giving them a cheaper alternative. That's really what it is for both of them. But the difference is the PlayStation Vita, or the PlayStation Vita TV, is it opens up to a bigger demographic. The 2DS and the 3DS are literally the exact same thing, minus the 3D and minus the price. And I'm like almost certain you can turn off the 3D off your 3DS. I'm almost certain you can. I don't own one, but like I said, I'm certain you can turn it off. So literally the only reason you'll buy it is just a cheaper 3DS. Which... that, and people under 7 years old, is a very, very small demographic compared to those who would like to play Vita games, but they just don't like playing on a handheld or on a little system. For those, I know a few YouTubers who really don't want to play on a little handheld system who might be interested in this. I don't know yet because they haven't made their videos on it yet, but I'm hoping to see if they actually want to use this, and oh, here we go. The guy I was literally just talking about just did a video review on the TGS 2013. Okay, I'm going to end this video. You're not going to see it till tomorrow. I'm sorry, but yeah. I'm going to go watch this video and hope that he likes this idea. If he does, then success. Success. So I think it's not a bad idea. Hopefully it appeals to that demographic. I'm going to find out right now if it does. Holy fuck. There's a bunch of new videos in my subscriptions feed. They just got some creepy-ass thumbnails. Seriously, one of them's got a picture of Fry from Futurama rubbing the belly of a naked Bart. The title of the video is Grown Man Wants to Have Sex with Bart Simpson. Okay. This is probably a good time to end the video. Thanks for watching, and bye.